Thanks for tuning into Duckbricks. I'm Chris, and today we have some incredibly exciting LEGO news. So as of right now, at the time of recording this video, LEGOCON 2022 is airing, despite a minor disappointment last year with the first LEGOCON not really having too many reveals that were not leaked. We actually have one very big reveal that, while the information was leaked a while back, we have never seen pictures until now. That's right, LEGO Classic Space is back. So directly above me is set number 497. This is the original Galaxy Explorer set, and coming later this summer will be set number 10497. LEGO has remade the classic Galaxy Explorer with modern building techniques. Again, Classic Space has returned pretty much in a full form in this massive set, retailing for $100. You can either build the massive Galaxy Explorer, or as shown off in LEGOCON, you can also rebuild it into smaller different versions of the vessel, specifically paying homage to the different sizes of Galaxy Explorer shaped vehicles, like the one-man ship over here, and even one of the two-man ships that you can see hanging over there. So you can build it in different sizes, or you can build the massive one, making it almost necessary to buy multiple copies of the set if you want all different versions of the spaceship. Now, surprisingly enough, they have not shown off the functionality to rebuild the spaceship in any of the official press releases or photos. They only really showed the models for a split second at LEGOCON, so I really do hope that the instructions for these models will be readily available, and these aren't just inspiration models, but actual true alternate models for the build. But even besides that, there is a lot to see in this newest version of the Galaxy Explorer. So let's take a look at some of those set images right now. Alright, so this is the 2022 edition of the Galaxy Explorer, one of the most iconic LEGO sets, finally reimagined in modern form. In fact, I personally predicted them to actually be making this for the 90th anniversary all the way back when the poll was first conducted, but also expressed doubts because I felt like it couldn't actually sustain a large $400 size set. And as it turns out, I actually was right, and that's why LEGO is doing it as its own set. Thankfully, only $100, which honestly feels really fair for a model that's this big, with 1,254 pieces. That is a really great value right there. So obviously, as you can see, the set captures the essence of the Galaxy Explorer, but obviously scales everything up to a massive degree. You've got 4 seats for minifigures within the cockpit, and they actually are reusing the Benny's spaceship windscreen there in the transparent yellow. This originally was the Luke Skywalker's UCS X-Wing canopy, but thankfully they have been recoloring it in transparent yellow for Classic Space and other classic LEGO spaceships. They do manage to capture the iconic shaping of the build using some really interesting techniques with the angles to have the pieces be going diagonally alongside the sides of the vessel, which is really interesting to me. I do like the inclusion of the yellow and black hazard stripes. However, I do feel like maybe they could have done something a little bit more interesting by making them potentially a little bit narrower, or having a little bit of a cooler building technique with that. For instance, I've had the chance to review a lot of custom LEGO Classic spaceships, and a lot of them use studs on these side techniques to replicate these stripes to really make them seem painted on and really integrated into the canopy. That being said, the rest of the building techniques of this model are really stunning, especially with the diagonal bricks, which honestly kind of reminds me of the LEGO UCS style Batwing from the original Batman movie, which came out a couple years back, but to an even more refined degree with less gaps in it, which is really impressive to me. Of course, the set does retain the classic feature from the original Galaxy Explorer to have the rover descend from a ramp in the back. It's actually really cool because they showcase this feature during LEGOCON. It's a little bit more complex than the original. The black tile, which is typically the plaque used for UCS style display stands, pulls out of the vehicle, out backwards, and then angles down, which looks like a really satisfying function to allow the rover to just go all the way down. Of course, the engine pods also separate and act as their own little pods for the spacemen to drive around, which is a feature that was not present on the original Galaxy Explorer, but honestly, seeing it now, I'm shocked it wasn't, because Classic Space was notorious for doing stuff like this by having little bits and pieces of the spaceship be able to be detached and flown as their own vehicles. So this is just a great homage to original LEGO space sets. Now, one thing I'm really impressed with is you can also see a brick-built arrow on the side of the cockpit there. It is obviously referencing the printed tiles that originally came out around Classic Space, with the arrows showcasing a function that needed to be pressed, but this time they actually have it fully brick-built, which is really impressive, and again, that's kind of the thing I was hoping they would do with the yellow stripes as well. Now, the interior of the spaceship is fully detailed. They actually have room for spaceman beds, so they can actually go to sleep in the spaceship, and they have a lot of retro-styled controls as well, all calling back to the original LEGO Classic Space stuff. Now, I'm not entirely sure if those decals are stickers or printed. They look like a lot of them are stickers to me just by looking at the box art, but it does appear that they actually are reintroducing a lot of nice printed pieces as well with some retro designs, namely that great Classic Space logo on the front of the spaceship, which I certainly hope is printed. Alongside the 4 minifigures, we have a robot who is built up in a very classic design. This literally looks like it was pulled right from original Classic Space sets, and we actually are getting the red and white style spaceman using the newer style of Classic Space helmet they introduced for the LEGO Movie 2 sets, which is really great. They made the helmet fully robust while still feeling like the original helmet, so great to see it actually appear in red finally, because we haven't actually gotten a modern red spaceman. And all in all, I am incredibly happy to have gotten this as an actual set. Again, good on LEGO for making 2 different 90th anniversary sets. We originally were quite worried they would only have to pick one, but thankfully, because of this, we've now gotten a modern reinterpretation of a classic LEGO theme. Starting off with the Pirates of Barracuda Bay back in 2019, which was a fantastic set, which really was almost like a 90th anniversary set in and of itself. And now we have the Galaxy Explorer and the Castle, which we again will be taking a look at in a future video. Bringing back Classic Space for the 90th anniversary of LEGO is pretty much something that I've been waiting for a very long time, especially because it's been ages since we've ever gotten a retro-styled, modern, any sort of LEGO original space theme set. As I mentioned in previous videos, LEGO has been doing a lot of these retro-styled sets in years past, from Pirates of Barracuda Bay to the Medieval Blacksmith, and now the Lion Knight's Castle. Classic Space, really the last time that we ever got a set focused on them, or even any original space theme, was for the LEGO Movie 2, featuring the Spaceman of Benny's Space Team, but that was really just a small blister pack set, and back in 2014 for the LEGO Movie, we actually got Benny's Spaceship, but that was honestly kind of the last time we even got anything related to original LEGO space stuff in modern history, which is why I am so happy we are getting this massive set for the 90th anniversary of LEGO. When it was first revealed that the winning theme from the Ideas vote was Castle, I was obviously excited, but a little disappointed that Classic Space wasn't getting any representation, but boy, I am so happy that LEGO actually decided to do it as a separate set. Thank you so much to LEGO for doing this, and I will be buying this day one and bringing a review for all of you. And with that, we have summed up our look at the newest version of the LEGO Classic Space Galaxy Explorer. It is very exciting for this to be released at the 90th anniversary of LEGO, especially because we were originally told we only would be getting 1 set to commemorate the anniversary. Instead, LEGO is doing 2 sets, the Galaxy Explorer and a much larger Castle set as well, which we'll take a look at in a separate video. But that's all for now. Thank you so much for tuning into Duckbricks, and stay tuned for even more LEGO news, reviews, discussion, and analyses coming your way very soon. Bye bye for now.